Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Mel Stampin' Gallery. I'm Melanie, your close to my heart maker. And today I'll be creating a layout using these pictures of my granddaughters and the Tutti Fruiti digital art collection that is here in the May-June catalog. You can find that on page 17 of the May-June catalog. It has all these nice embellishments that are kind of, summery, your popsicle layouts, your ice cream, birthday. But as soon as I saw those sunglasses images, I knew that that would be perfect to use with these pictures. So I'm going to clear this off and we'll go ahead and get started. So I also thought about the different papers that we have, and the In Full Bloom collection I thought went really well. So I've gone ahead and I've cut down these strips of paper to 2 by 12 inches. I just left that at the full size, and I'm going to go ahead and put that over here on the right hand side of my paper. And then I thought I would take this piece because I loved how it had the camera and the light bulb and the flowers. I just thought it was so pretty. And this again is from the In Full Bloom collection, if I didn't already mention that. And I've cut that to 4 by 9, and I'm going to go ahead and take an ink blending sponge, and I'm going to go ahead, and you can see I've already started that a little bit, and I'm going to take my ink blending tool, and just to make that stand out a little bit more, just gently around the edges with my gray charcoal ink. And I just think that makes it stand out from the paper so much better. It's kind of like matting a picture with your white or your black cardstock. So there, I've gone ahead and done that. I think I'll go ahead and do that on this piece of printed paper as well. I'm going to take and ink the edges all around, as you can see, with my ink blending tool and sponge. And I don't want a real harsh edge, so I'm just lightly going around, just inking up my sponge occasionally as I go around. So I'll get that all done. And okay, there we go. So I've done all those pieces for you. And I'm going to go ahead and put that over here on the right hand side, like I said. And I'm going to use a little bit of a glue stick. I like to use a glue stick on large pieces of cardstock paper, just so I can get all the edges. I'm going to go ahead and put that down here on the right hand side. There you go. Sorry if my hand was in the way. Now for the next part, I know I'm going to put this piece on top here at about, 1.5 inches down, and that's what I like about my Versamat. I can use it to gauge where I want my image to be. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and mark a little bit with a pencil, because I know I want some ink blending on the outside of that. So again, I'm going to take some of the colors that match, and I'm going to go ahead, and I didn't want it real bright, so I'm going to use the Glacier ink with that. So I'm going to bring in my Glacier ink pad, and I have that right here. You can see the Glacier ink pad. And I'm going to use a big blending brush. I'll move that paper out of the way a little bit. And I know I want it to be up here in this white area, and just softly blending that around, back and forth. I always think of Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, going back and forth, and maybe getting a little bit more in there. Again, that will just bring some emphasis to the pieces that I'm going to be putting down here. And down here at the bottom, I also know I want a little bit. Again, just going back and forth. And these are just some blending tools I got on Amazon. Actually, I think my daughter got them for me for Christmas. I had them on my wish list. And you can really get them anywhere, but I'll try to leave a link to those down below when I'm done. All right, bringing in just maybe a little bit more softness down here. Smoothing it all around. And I think I want some over here on this side too, because this is where I'm going to put the title, and I want that to kind of stand out a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, and we'll see how that goes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that away. Now I can go ahead and bring in my paper that's been cut to the size, and I know I want that down. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this zip strip on top of that. So I'll adhere this down as well. Turn that over. Make sure I've got it going the right way, because there's some cameras and flowers on here that are oriented a certain way. So I'll go ahead and adhere that down. And then I'm going to take my zip strip and do the same thing. The zip strip is the piece of, it's the branding strip from the top of the 12 by 12 cardstock, or 12 by 12 printed design paper, excuse me, that you get. So you want to cut that off and make sure you use that. And I like to put that on the edge right here. I don't like any naked naked edges, or naked as my granddaughter would say. All right, so I've got that down. The next thing I want to do is go ahead and put my pictures where I think I want them to be. And they're going to be kind of at an angle right here. Right about here. So I'm going to go ahead and lay those down where I want them and get a little bit of adhesive on the back of those for the, and I've already gone ahead and matted that on black cardstock. So I'll go ahead and put some tape runner on there. And again, you can use any adhesive of your choice, but for this I'd just like to put a little bit of tape runner. And I didn't put it all the way to the edges in case I wanted to put something underneath them. Okay, so I've got that angled a little bit like that. And I'll go ahead and do the other one. Just kind of in the center, and that's going to go on top. Right about like that. Okay, so I've got that where I want that. Now the next thing I want to do is work on my embellishment pieces since I've got that down. The next thing I want to bring in is my title. So I've got this title, My Future is So Bright, I Have to Wear Shades. And what I did for this one is I went in Cricut Design Space, and I couldn't find the title that was exactly what I wanted. So I found different images that had different, and I typed in the different words I wanted, like future is so bright, wear shades. And I just sort of cropped out the different images and words that I wanted. I did it on a print and cut so that I could have the different colors, and then of course put the offset pieces together to just kind of make that pop out. So I've gone ahead and I've done that, prepared that ahead of time, and I know that I'm going to put that right about there for my title. And I've gone ahead and put some foam tape on the back because I want that to pop up a little bit in case I want to put some embellishments underneath of it. Oops, excuse me for this. And then this is going to go right about, whoops, I better put it the right way, right about here. So we're going to put that down there. Commit to that. Okay. Then the next thing is these little sunglasses, like I told you, came from the Tutti Fruiti. And I think those will look good up here. Yes, and I don't think I'm going to pop those up. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of those. And just kind of put them on top, right there. All right. There, that looks good. Then I had the camera piece that I cut out of the In Full Bloom digital art collection in the previous month's catalog. And I've gone ahead and I've used the Glacier cardstock and the black that matched the Glacier in the printed paper. So I've got that mounted on a piece of adhesive as well. Foam adhesive, because I wanted that to pop up a little bit too. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right down here to kind of fill in that space right there. There, that's perfect. The next thing I've got is, I thought this little film strip was the cutest little thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slip that in here and kind of at an angle, and see, that's why I leave those things on the foam adhesive and don't go all the way to the edge, so I can slip my other embellishments under there that I need. Now to do this one, I need to use a little bit of liquid adhesive so I can put it where I want it, but then the liquid adhesive doesn't dry right away, so that I have a little bit of wiggle room, if you will, to wiggle it around and put it where I want it to be. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip that around and slide that in here. Just slide that in there. And like I said, the liquid adhesive lets me do that, lets me slide it where I want it. So I've got that under there. Now I thought I needed something up here because you kind of want to get that triangle, visual triangle. So I've got it real heavy over here on this side, but then I needed something over in the upper right hand corner. And again, from that Tutti Frutti collection, they had the hearts and the foliage, and I had a little glitter leaf left over from another, I think this was the Love Story kit. So I thought that would look perfect up there. And like I said, I put that all together already, so I knew where I wanted it. And then I can go ahead and put some adhesive on the back of that as well, because I do want that to pop up a little bit too. I like my pages to be not so flat all the time. I like them to have different textures and different layers to them, if you will. So if I go ahead and I put the adhesive on there, peel off the backing, and then I can go ahead and put that where I want that. And again, I didn't put it all the way to the edges in case I want to put something over top of it. So I can kind of angle this a little bit right up here in the corner, kind of fill in that blank space from the blue sky there in their glasses. Now a couple other things I have, I wanted to kind of make the picture stand out a little bit more. I know they're matted on the black cardstock, but I wanted to bring in some more of this yellow. I like to kind of have things in threes or odd numbers. So again, from that Info Bloom collection, I had the, what do you call these? Like brackets, I guess you call them, from there. So I've cut those down to size. I'm going to trim off the edge here so I can kind of slip that under the camera and under the photo. And those are in the Lemonade coordinating cardstock. All right, so I see that. I see I need to cut that off there or get that underneath better. Okay, and that's going to go underneath the photo right there. And again, creating that visual triangle with the yellows, it brings your eye around the page. So I'm going to go ahead and get that adhered. Again, I'm going to use my liquid liquid adhesive, so I can slide that around and make sure I get it in where I want it to be underneath the photo. So let's go ahead and pick that up just a little bit, slide that under the photo just like so. And this will also give me a good place to write some just journaling, just basically their name basically is all I'm going to put on there. And there we go, slide that under there. Okay, and I want to do the same for the one up here. Go ahead and put my liquid mono adhesive on there, and I will link all the supplies that I've used down below. And put that right up there at the top. Again, that'll give me a place to write their names. All right, then I wanted to put just a little, I wanted to bring some more of this black glittery element over here, and I thought, oh, well, this would be a good place for that right down here. So again, I will put a little bit of liquid adhesive so I can slide it around And this glitter cardstock, again, is left over from the Love Story kit that I have, that I'm still using to make some of my son's wedding pictures from. So I've got that. I'm going to just slide that in there. And then I have just some pink. I thought it needed some pink down here because, again, I've got the pink up here, the pink in her sunglasses. Thought we just needed to bring in a little bit more pink, so I have a little pink butterfly punch that I have in my stash. I'm going to go ahead and adhere that with a glue dot, actually, pop-up dot. I'm going to use one of these micro glue dots, and I just put a little bit in the center. Fold up the edges a little, and then I can put that in there, right there. And that, again, kind of draws your eye over to the title. And then I have some, whoops, here I got this one up here, I forgot. Again, take the micro glue dots, just put one in the center. Again, I've used like the ballerina cardstock, brought in some of that pink from her sunglasses, even though it wasn't part of the In Full Bloom. I needed some pink for her sunglasses, and I thought the colors all went really well together. So we're just going to do a little one right up there. And then I thought, well, maybe it just needs a little something something. So I've got these close to my heart dots in black and white, and I'm going to go ahead and take some of those different sizes and place them around. Oh, I never know where to put these. Do you struggle with this as well? Why does it seem like everybody else looks like they can place it in exactly the right location, and when I go to do it, it just doesn't look right? So I'm going to just put one up there and just go with it. Just commit to it and go with it, and I think it'll look just fine. Maybe down here. Maybe another one down there as well. Kind of up here. All right, so there you have it. With that, I think I'm going to call that done before I add too much. So here, I'll hold that up to the camera a little bit more so you can see that a little bit better, and I will have some still shots for you at the end. But that does it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye for now.